You know, some nights in sports, you just witness something truly special. A game that becomes more than a game. It becomes a story. And every once in a while, one single player takes over so completely that they just rewrite the record books and leave everybody absolutely breathless. So tonight, we're going to dive into one of those nights. And this is what it all comes down to. That one quote, right there, from TCU's Olivia Miles, it just captures everything about the performance we're about to break down. It's about so much more than just a win. It's about seizing a moment.
Okay, so let's set the scene. We're in Waco, Texas. And this isn't just any game. It's a massive Big 12 conference showdown. A top 25 matchup with huge implications for the title race. And you could just feel the tension in the air. What we've got here is a classic sports narrative, right? On one side, you have the 17th ranked TCU Horned Frogs. They're on the road, led by their star Olivia Miles. And on the other, the 12th ranked Baylor Bears, who have one of the very best defensive teams in the entire country, and they're playing on their home court. It's the ultimate test, a high-powered offense going up against a total lockdown defense. And for the first half, man, this game was exactly the dogfight everyone expected it to be. Neither team could get any real separation. It was just a grind, a true back-and-forth slugfest. You could see both teams just trading punches. For TCU, Marta Suarez came out firing, really establishing her presence. Olivia Miles was kind of probing the defense, letting Baylor know, hey, if you give me an inch of space, you're going to pay for it. But Baylor's defense was tough, and their own star, Tia Scott, just went off in the second quarter, dropping 13 points to keep the Bears right there. At this point, it was anybody's game. But then came the third quarter, and everything changed. This is the moment where a tight, competitive rivalry game turned into a legendary, historic performance by one single player. So you have to ask, what on earth happened in those 10 minutes after halftime that just completely flipped this entire game on its head? 23. Olivia Miles scored 23 points by herself in one quarter against one of the best defensive teams in the country. Just let that sink in for a second. Wow. You know, the ESPN announcer covering the game said it perfectly. Hot doesn't even begin to cover it. This was a player entering that super rare zone, you know, where the basket looks like an ocean and every single shot just feels like it's destined to go in. And you can almost feel how this incredible run built up moment by moment. It started with a three that just sucked the air out of the Baylor crowd. Then another. She got so locked in, she was literally shaking her hand running back on defense because it was hot. Then a play breaks down, and what does she do? She just calmly reads the defense, pulls up, and drains another one. And the quarter ends with the dagger, a contested sidestep three. It was just an unbelievable, unstoppable flow state. So what was going through her mind during all of this? Well, when she was asked which shot made her feel like she finally had it, she pointed to that last dagger of the quarter. In that moment, with the game on the line, she felt relaxed. She knew she had taken control. Look, this wasn't just a great quarter. It was the centerpiece of a truly historic night, one that absolutely rewrote the TCU record books. I mean, just look at this jump. Her previous career high was 31 points, which is an amazing game for anyone. But on this night, she didn't just beat it, she completely blew past it, finishing with an incredible 40 points. And the records just kept on falling. A new career high of 40 points, a new career high with 10 three-pointers. She became only the third player in the entire history of TCU women's basketball to score 40 points in a single game. And most importantly, it led TCU to a dominant 83-67 win on the road. But here's what makes this story even cooler. She didn't do it all by herself. While Olivia was having this historic night, her teammate, Marta Suarez, was having a career night of her own, pouring in 27 points, which tied her career high. What an incredible performance by the team's two leaders. But beyond all the crazy numbers and the broken records, what Miles said after the game, that's what really tells you what this is all about. It gives us a little window into the mindset behind a performance like this one. After the single greatest individual game of her life, she didn't talk about herself. She talked about us. She talked about this new team with 10 new players, all learning how to fight together. She talked about being proud of her teammates and getting it out the mud together. That right there is humility. That's leadership. So what's the big takeaway here? When they asked her how she did it, She just said she trusted her work and kept shooting. But her focus immediately went right back to her team. This performance was that perfect intersection of just immense individual talent and a deep, deep commitment to the team's goal. It really leaves us with this final thought. Is a legendary performance just about the points you score and the records you break? Or is it also about the humility, the leadership, and the ability to lift up everyone around you in the biggest possible moment?